man who now calls Chicago home was living in Memphis when Dr. King was assassinated.
James Riley marched with King during the sanitation workers' strike back in 1968. And Eyewitness News anchor Cheryl Burton joining us live from Memphis tonight with Riley's story. Cheryl.
Well, Kathy and Alan, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was perhaps the most famous guest here at the Lorraine Motel. He had been here in Memphis to promote his Poor People's Campaign. However, his message and his vision had evolved from that about racism to economic equality. And part of that agenda was to support the striking sanitation workers who were fighting for better wages and better working conditions. Among the men who were marching with Dr. King 50 years ago, one Chicagoan, James Riley.
He was such a nice person, personality-wise, speech-wise. He always kept a smile on his face. You never saw him frown regardless of what.
James Riley moved from Money, Mississippi to Memphis for a chance at a job working for the city.
Dad wanted a job with the city. I said, no, yeah, why not?
A well-paying city job with a rate of $1 an hour was supposed to be a dream, but it turned out to be more of a nightmare.
Working condition was horrible. You had to pour that garbage out of the drum into the tub. Majority of those tubs, they were leaking. You pick the tub up, put it on your shoulder, bring it out, and that, waste would get on you.
After the deaths of 2 sanitation workers, the decision was made to strike in an effort to unionize, fighting for better pay and working conditions. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. came to Memphis to help in that fight.
The first time he came to Memphis, I met him there. And then after that, I don't know why, but they looked like they trusted me more than anybody. I was always kind of close to him at the time.
Dr. King's time in Memphis fighting for justice was short. He was shot and killed April 4th, 1968.
Somebody called down there and said King had been shot. King's body was laying on the floor, and just as Jack was from the point of that building or whatever, it's saying shot came from over there. It was hurting. It was really hurting. And I guess I shed quite a few tears behind it because, the man hadn't done anything to nobody. The only thing he did was trying to help people. Then you gonna kill him for what? Why? And I've always asked myself, why?
Just weeks after the tragedy came triumph and the first contract for workers' rights. Riley says that was the beginning of some great change, but still more needs to be done.
I would hope to see all this white against black, black against white abolished. None of that. I would love to see that. Although I probably never live to see all of it completely.
Mr. Riley says the death of Dr. King was so tragic, it was a seismic shift here in Memphis. He later moved to Chicago 1 year after Dr. King's assassination. You were looking at room 307 is where Dr. King liked to stay when he stayed here at the Lorraine Motel here in Memphis. Coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, an exclusive interview with the daughter of the owner. The owner of this motel tragically had an aneurysm the night he was assassinated, and she died on the day of his burial. Coming up at 6 o'clock, the only surviving daughter, Dr. Bernice King. We have that interview for you in a live report. Ravi Bechwal will bring it to you. For now, reporting live from the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, Tennessee, Cheryl Burton, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Kathy and Alan, back to you in Chicago.
Cheryl, thank you so much. We will have extensive coverage of Dr. King's legacy throughout this week. On air here on ABC 7, as well as on ABC7Chicago.com and our ABC 7 Chicago News app.